Rick B's Daily Vlogs.
It's been a while since I've been inside my favorite park. Street closures makes it a little hard to get in here. And you have one of the old Spanish stones. Just gonna walk around and check out my favorite rustic bridge. Let's get this started.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Welcome everyone, it's my daily vlog channel, Rick B's Daily Vlogs. Back inside Golden Gate Park, just to do a nice little walk around, talk around, and to visit the rustic bridge. Not a whole lot, just decided to check out I'm still calling it DJI, but the Canon G7X Mark III, because yesterday Sony came out with what could be a game changer. And so now I'm going to debate whether I want to keep this and get that or whatever. Let's go. Let's go check out this bridge. Let's go. Let's go. The rustic bridge, built in 1893. The oldest thing here in Golden Gate Park. Pretty cool spot to look at. It's always one of my favorite places to walk. It's relaxing. It's peaceful. And even on a day like today where there's a lot of people not practicing social distance, still a cool place to visit. I like it. It's my favorite. Now again, Sony released out this Sony ZV-1, I believe is the name of it. Autofocus, flip out screen, all that good stuff. Supposed to be the G7X Mark III killer. Supposed to be. I mean, you guys look at the reviews, you can see all the reviews down, everywhere else. But it made me wonder for a minute, should I get rid of the G7X Mark III that I've been longing for and I wanted for the longest time to get that Sony? I'm not familiar with the Sony ecosystem, so I don't know. I watched all the reviews, tons of reviews, and I think I'm gonna keep this camera. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. This camera I'm used to using because I use the G7X Mark II, and I'm familiar with the settings. The reason why I wanted this over the Mark II is this has a dedicated mic adapter where you can hear the sound quality is totally different. So with me deciding, do I want to keep this? I have till the beginning of June to return this, and then the Sony releases June 11th. So I'd be using a different camera for a while, but then I started thinking, what if I don't like the Sony? What if I'm not familiar with the menus and all that stuff? What's gonna happen? What will end up happening? See, that's a bad thing about having a bunch of different toys and a bunch of different things you want to play with. The autofocus in here is not the greatest, but it's good. It's good enough to where I can actually walk around and, yesterday when I was getting all that sun flares when I was up in San Rafael, it's kind of weird. It was kind of weird with the autofocus. Autofocus, like if I'm facing the sun right now, the autofocus catches me. Then once I hit the dark spots, like right now you see half of my shadow, it struggles a little bit. It struggles, but it's something that I can change in the settings. It's something that I don't have an issue with. Now I'm facing directly in the sun. It's finding my face. But it's just one of those things where right now it's dark because the sun is this direction. It's something that I got to get used to in the settings, and something that I wasn't used to. I'm shooting in the movie mode, and usually I'm shooting in auto mode, and the only reason why I switched it to the movie mode versus the auto mode is because the mic. I can adjust the mic, the DC decibel levels. That's the only reason why I'm switching in movie mode. If not, I'd be switching into auto mode right now. I mean, this is only my third day using this camera. I mean, I literally just got this camera, so didn't really give it a shot. I saw that Sony review yesterday. I fell in love. I couldn't sleep. I lost sleep over it because I was wondering, should I return this G7X Mark III or should I stick with it? And I think I decided, I mean, like if I do something like this, see the focus, it's gonna take a while. If I tap the screen, see, it took a while for the focus to come, but it focused. Now if I back out and I want to focus on the bridge, a lot faster than I expected. A lot faster than I expected. So right now I have the sun behind me and I got the autofocus to my face. And I noticed yesterday when I was putting my hands up, I do a lot of hand gestures when I talk, but when I put my hands up like that, it was losing focus. And right now, I set it to where it's focused on my face, so it's kind of hard for me to go out of focus because it's focused on my face. But that new Sony ZV-1, I believe is what's called, it automatically focuses on your face no matter what. So I can have this tree behind me and it focuses on my face. And they have this feature called the bokeh feature. It's a button where it blurs everything out in the background. Sounds like all gimmicks to me. I mean, that's just how it is. I think it's all gimmicks. Saw this posted on the tree. Lost Nikon P310 black camera, May 22nd. It's Stow Lake? Yeah, it looks like Stow Lake. For a minute, I thought it said Stow Cake. But who would want a Stow Cake? In case you guys found it in this area, there's Rich's number. Give him a call. Ask him what kind of cake he has, too. My question, Rich, is how did you lose your camera bag? How did you leave hundreds of dollars of a camera bag behind? Or were you into whatever? Maybe the alligator in the lake was after you. Maybe that's what happened. The alligator in the lake was after you and you didn't have time to grab your camera bag. So you just left. Is that what happened, Rich? Is that what happened? But this camera has a lot of other things that it could do. The flip up screen is to the top. You guys familiar with the Canon G7X? That's how the flip screen is. For the new one, it's something I'm more used to because my Lumix G7, it flipped out to the side. So, but picture quality. I spoke to a few people. Alvin, if you're watching, thanks for your input. Spoke to a few people. And this G7X Mark III actually takes better pictures than the Sony. So if I was looking for the camera just to vlog, then I would get the Sony. If I was looking for a camera for pictures, then I guess this would be the winner because I'd be doing both. So long story short, I think I'm going to keep this. Something I noticed in yesterday's vlog also is whenever I was walking and talking, I'd lose focus, or the focus would leave my face. So I'm gonna try to do that now. Walk and talk to see if the focus will lose something. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm gonna walk on the other side of the bridge so you guys can see the 1893? 1883? We're gonna see that sign. 1893. I was off by 10 years, but again, the oldest structure in Golden Gate Park. I call it the Rustic Bridge. A lot of people call it the Stow Lake Bridge. You can call it what you like. Just don't deface it. There was a couple of graffitis that I saw when I was walking across. You know how I feel about people who likes to vandalize. And I'll take liberty and say, you guys are idiots. You are. Now, I mean, I like this camera. I mean, I waited forever to get this camera. I already ordered this hot shoe mount that goes underneath the camera. That's coming on Amazon, so that's coming June something. So most likely, this is the camera that I'm gonna keep. I did say that when I did get this camera, this is gonna be my everyday vlogging camera. If the Sony was out sooner, like today, I'd buy it, I'd test it, and then I'd have a chance to figure out which one I want, if I wanted this one or that one. but it's not coming out till June 5th or June 11th. This camera, I could return up to June 5th. So there's no way that I could play with this camera or play with the Sony camera, decide within the two. There's no way. There's no way. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the one good thing I like about these cameras is that I can actually just sit it right there and walk away from you guys and start talking because of the Rode Wireless Go, the mic input jack. And that's probably like the biggest thing, the only reason why I got the Canon G7X Mark III is because of that reason. So is it one of those things where I want to get rid of this and get the Sony? Or do I keep this and just see what the Sony is like? Decisions. I heard people talking above me over there, and I always forget that there's an actual trail that takes you all the way to the very top. The very top, they have this cobblestone. Could have been a house at one point, could have been something, but it's a trail up there, and I always forget that there's a trail up there. I'm always hanging out right here, playing with the autofocus. Every time I see these stones right here in this area, I always wonder if this is natural to the area. Is it something that was brought here? Remember the story I told you about William Randolph Hearst bringing all those stones from Spain? They got the Druid Circle not that far from here. But it always makes me wonder, are these stones natural to the park? Or was it brought here? The cool thing about this camera is I could actually play with the colors. Like you see the color right now. Let me just turn down the dial just a little bit and you can actually see it get brighter. Oversaturated, can't really see it now. Let me turn it back down. This is something I did a lot with the Lumix, and this is something I like about this camera. So I'm not sure if you can do this with the Sony. From what I read, you probably can't. This has digital stabilization, and I had it on the highest level, so it cropped out a lot of my pictures. So that's why you were seeing a lot of this. And I was trying to figure out what I did wrong, but now I realize what I did wrong. I took it down to standard. I could turn it off completely, but then when I do all these walking, I kind of want a nice level. So what I did was I put it to standard. I'm walking right now. So it's one of these things that I still need to figure out. A lot of games, a lot of things and stuff that I need to figure out when it comes to this camera. But I'm gonna stick with it. I think that's what's gonna happen. How many times did I come to this lake looking for the lady in white, or looking for the alligator, the crocodile, whatever you want to call it? How many times? A few times. This sign shouldn't be so hidden. It's telling you in different languages, do not feed the wildlife. You got a lot of ducks that are walking up to us right here. Well, they're gone now, but there are people that comes here, sits on these benches, and they feed the ducks. Don't feed the ducks. Let them get their own grub and food. Don't. All right, guys, not much of an adventure. Decided to come to Golden Gate Park, and I'm looking down just to make sure there's nothing down there. Again, I decided, couldn't sleep last night. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to keep the G7X Mark III, which I waited forever to get. But when they released that Sony, and all the people that I follow on YouTube was reviewing it and talking about it, it's a vlogger's camera. And I think I got to get that in my head. It's a vlogger's camera. I do vlog, but I also like to take pictures. So for a camera that's cool like that, and to have all the accessories that a vlogger would have, it's cool. But for someone like me who likes to take pictures as well, I'm gonna stick with a G7X Mark III. That's what I'm gonna do. Decision made. Decision made. Thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I just got this camera. This is the third, maybe even the fourth time that I'm using it. So there's a lot of trials and tribulations that I'm still trying to figure out. So bear with me. It's not as easy as it was with the G7X Mark II. Put it on auto, take video, and I was good. This one is a little more of the mic adapter that I got to figure out, the decibel levels, the auto levels, the color, sharpness, all that stuff that I'm still trying to figure out. But I'm figuring it out, and I guarantee, give me about 10 more videos, and I'll have this worked out. Thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me comments down below. Weather, it's a lot cooler today than it was yesterday in San Rafael, but I was in San Rafael. San Rafael is always a lot hotter, so that's the reason why. So, leave me comments down below. You like that background? It's a cool background. Thanks for watching, guys, here from Stow Lake, where I made up my decision. Thanks for watching. Vlog's ended. Go in peace. There's the wildlife you don't want to feed. See, they're not afraid. They are not afraid because they think I have something for them. But there's also a big sign right here. Feeding kills the wildlife. So stop following me, duck. Look how close he is. Duck. I have nothing. These guys, a little more on the braver side, but I don't think. Are these guys ducks? Are they ducks?
I made this.